Okay, welcome back. Let's look at sort of part two, where we left off. We had a command that looked something like get child item, and we wanted to do a recursive look at everything in my current directory that ended in txt. So we had our include filter on star.txt, and then we piped that to select object, and let's just get name this time. And here we are, all of the txt files that are in my current directory structure. So that's the interactive way of output to the script, to the console. So let's say I want to grab all of these txt files and store those txt files in an intermediate variable that I want to do more processing with. So I can create a variable. I can just say $txt files is assigned the value of GCI dash recurse dash include star.txt. And what I just did was took the result. So you can't see anything, but at this point, I took the result of this GCI list and grabbing all the txt files. So I said, go and grab all the get child items in my current directory structure, which really means get all the txt files, all of this stuff. And so it put the results, everything it found, and everything about everything it found into a variable called $txt files. So now if I want to see what's in there, I can just say $txt files, and it shows me all the stuff that's in the variable $txt files. It's all my text files. So that's pretty slick. The cool thing is it's not just the text output, it is a collection of the objects themselves. So now I can take this variable txt files, and it's holding pointers to all the objects themselves. So now I can just say $txt files and pipe that to, I want to get some whatever specific information about that. So I can pipe the $txt files variable that's a collection of all of these objects that I wanted. And I can say, of those objects, all I'm interested in is name and length and last write time. And I get it. So it's pretty cool that this variable doesn't just contain strings or numbers or variables. This is a powerful, powerful variable that contains pointers to the objects themselves, so that I can extract all kinds of data about those objects in any format that I want. So I can take txt files, I can pipe that to select object, which just extracts the information that I want about it. So I could even take that, and I could use the export CSV command, which means export into a CSV format, and specify where I want it to go. So let's see. So the format for this is, if I want to say where, then I specify an output a path for the output file, and I'll call it texts.csv. And here's that command, just to review what's going on here in the command. I'm just grabbing the variable that's containing what I selected up here, piping it to a select object, which extracts just the name, length, and write time, and then takes that output, which is this stuff, and formats it in a CSV format using the export CSV function, specifying where the file ought to go. Texts.csv. That's something that you need to do in your lab, is create a CSV file. So now I can look at that. I can use the more command. Well, let's do a dir. And there's my texts.csv. Let's see what's in that. Text.csv. There we go. So didn't like more, but it liked cat. So I could cat texts.csv and I get this, which is a comma separated values file that has what I wanted in it, which is great. Okie doke. And then what do we want to do next? I think that's good. Oh, you might be interested in, we still have that variable out there, and I can see all the properties that are in that variable by saying $txt files and pipe that to get member. Oh, I always do that. Get member. And this shows us all the different properties again that we might be able to get. I can take txt file or $txt files dot length. So this runs the length method and tells me how many txt files are in that, how many objects are in this txt files variable. So I have 8 files listed in there. And I can also do the same thing for count, which resolves to the same thing. That might be useful because at some point you may want to figure out all the DLLs in your Windows directory and figure out how many are there. You could do that by assigning it to all of those objects to a variable and then seeing how many there are with using the length method or the count method. So all those things should help you with your next assignment.